Yes, that's right. And I think George Osborne was pointing to the fact that many ministers within the Eurozone are now openly speculating about the possibility of Greece having to leave the Eurozone and saying that it was now time to face up to it. That's what he meant when he said that the genie was out of the bottle. It was now simply not good enough to pretend that this was not a possibility. Now, he also said that the government would do whatever it could to try to protect the British economy from the turbulent times which we've been hearing about across the Eurozone. But he faced criticism from his opposite number, Ed Balls for Labour, who said that the government was hiding behind the Eurozone crisis, pointing out that the British economy has been flatlining for about 18 months and that it is the British economy which has now tipped back into recession. Now, Ed Balls is saying that the British government needs to do more. Well, I'm joined now by George Freeman, who advises the government on life sciences. Do you think that Ed Balls has a point here in that the British government should be doing more to try to help get the economy here going?
Well, the government is doing more, and of course we all want to see more, but Ed Balls' version of more is borrowing more and undermining our deficit credibility, which would lead to interest rates going up and a loss of confidence. So we need to be careful what we mean by more. What I want to see, and what I think businesses want to see, and what I think the public want to see is control of the deficit and control of wasteful spending and government getting a grip on public expenditure. So stick to plan A on the deficit, but also then looking at everything we can do to support small businesses and big businesses to grow and invest. And again, today we've heard the Prime Minister setting out a very strong speech, a series of important initiatives on small businesses. We've launched the credit easing programme. That's £20 billion of finance for small businesses. We've introduced a bill on banking reform.
Don't we? We keep hearing all this, though, don't we, from the Prime Minister, from the Chancellor, about all the efforts that they're making to try to help small businesses. But yet we know that small businesses are saying they simply can't get the credit they need to invest.
Well, we do have a real problem with the banks. That is true. I was in my own constituency. We had the BBC came out recently to Watton, where we got a problem with small businesses having their credit lines tightened, and some problem with mis-selling of investment products. I think we have got a problem with our banks. We've got to get the banks back to financing small businesses, traditional banking. The bill that we've got in the Queen's speech starts the process of separating the so-called casino, the investment banking, from the retail banking. It's an important first step. We may have to look at going further. So yeah, there's a problem with the banks. But the idea from Ed Balls that we should borrow more, abandon the austerity credibility, and go for some mythical plan B, the public aren't daft. They know that you don't borrow your way out of a debt crisis.
The Chancellor and the Prime Minister have both said that they'll do whatever they can to try to protect the British economy from what's happening across the Eurozone. But it is inevitable, isn't it, that there's going to be a huge impact on the economy here. We're already seeing it. But if, for example, you see Greece perhaps leaving the Eurozone, perhaps some contagion, then the implications for the economy here are pretty serious.
Yes, they are. We are in a really, really serious situation. And I don't think anyone suggests otherwise. The truth is we need the Eurozone economies to get back on their feet and to start growing. We need the Eurozone to sort out their mess. We have a deep interest in it, but we weren't in the Euro, and it is up to them. We should support them from the sidelines. It's not for us to do it, but it's for us to support them to do it. So yes, we do need the Eurozone to recover. But part of my message is actually, if you look at the life sciences, if you look at the rapid pace of development around the world, we also need to get back to selling more outside the Eurozone, exporting more to the developing nations.
All right, George Freeman, thank you very much indeed, saying that the answer is to perhaps look well beyond the Eurozone, widen our horizons, but that's it for now from Westminster.